Why only rich are getting richer in India?
I think there's several pieces to that. As you will notice, there are certain global products which everybody wants, and call them iPhone, call them Prada, whatever, call them Chat GPT. But if you own those, and those products are all basically, the production cost is very little. Once you produce them, it's just the intellectual property. The Prada's Kolhapuri costs the same 600 rupees or whatever that any Kolhapuri costs. And then they sell it for 6,000 or whatever. So, it's
probably 60,000.
60,000. I'm the last person who's going to buy a Kolhapuri from Prada, so it's not. I haven't bothered to find out the price. But in any case, so the point is that it's not the cost. Therefore, if you happen to have the intellectual property to the thing that people want, it's infinitely scalable. You can keep selling it to more people, and you don't run out of it because the cost of producing it is very, very little. So therefore, that's sort of the argument we make in our 2019 book, Good Economics for Hard Times. We make the argument that we are in a world of massive increasing returns. And so those people who happen to have the technologies where there is demand are going to become vastly rich. And the rest of the people, there is really very little that you can do to compete against that. So you are going to be, you can't really get there. In fact, now AI is doing something else, and it's been happening for a while. If there is this whole, even in India, the business press even recognizes that middle class salaries have not been rising. This has been written about by people in the business press. Software salaries are flat, this and that. And that's because partly, the code writing is increasingly automated. Claude can write much better code than I can. So therefore, why would I do it? And that means that there's a lot of jobs that used to be well-paid jobs in India, which are kind of disappearing. And so if you look at the data on the income distribution, the rich in the income distribution the data that we collect totally leaves out the really rich. You can't get to their apartments because Darwan sends you away. So therefore, the only people rich in those are actually the middle class.